everyone, welcome to Cloudinology's YouTube channel. In this video, we will tell you about the Salesforce CPQ quote line editor. Following are the topics that will be covered in this video. What is quote line editor in Salesforce CPQ? Quotes and quote lines field set, grouping, default button of QLE, some of the package level settings for QLE. Quote line editor. Quote line editor is the user interface the Salesforce CPQ provides the sales representative to add and remove quote lines, apply some markups, apply some discount, and calculate prices for the quotes. Moving on, we will tell you what our quotes and quote lines field set are. The user interface of the quote line editor can be updated and customized with the different field sets available at the quote and the quote line level. We can have different columns available in the quote line editor for different users with the help of the field set. We can also add custom buttons on the UI of the QLE. Grouping in QLE is to apply discounts for a specific set of product. We can add an ad hoc group at the quote level. By default, all the quote lines will be added to the first group. Name and description for the groups can be given as per the requirement. So, let's get started with the hands-on. Here are we in our trial arc. Let's go to our quotes. As you can see, we are in the Salesforce CPQ application in the quote tab. So let's open a quote and click on the edit line. With the help of this user interface, we can make the changes in this quoted line as well as in the entire quote. We will be redirected to the quote line editor user interface. Here we have three fields available in the quote information section: start date, end date, and subscription term. As I mentioned earlier, under the field set in quotes, we can update these fields. We can also add more fields over here. Now, let's go to our object manager and see our quote object. Here we are on the quote object, and if you go field sets, we have one line editor field set available. So let's click on this one. As you can see in the field set, we have a start date, end date, and subscription term. Suppose we want to add an additional discount to this field set. We will search for it and then drag it down to the field set. We can also add a markup field as well, the same way we did with an additional discount. Now, let's save this and go back to our quote line editor and refresh it. Here we go. As we can see, we have the additional discount available as well as markup. Now, let's update the column using field set which are available on the quote line editor. Let's go to the quote line object, then to field set. This time, we will be again choosing line editor field set. Here we will be adding description field set under the quantity and the start date. Now let's just save it and see the changes in the quote line editor. Now we are back on our quote line editor and we want to see the changes in the number of columns. Let's refresh the page and there we go. We have a description and start date that we added in the field set of the quote line. Now let's see what is the scrollable drawer in the quote line editor. This is the scrollable drawer and it contains some of the fields. We can also update these fields value. So let me show you how it is done. We will be again going to quote lines and this time we will select the different field sets. Let's see that we are back on the object manager and our object is quote line. This time in the field set, we will be selecting a standard line in item drawer. Let's open it. It's suppose I want to add billing time under additional discount and also add the description under the billing time. Let's save this and see the changes in our quote line editor. We are back to our quote line editor. Let's refresh the page. Let's open the drawer. Now as we can see, we have the billing time added along with the description. At the single time, we can have any number of drawers open or close. As we can see, the drawer field set is available in the quote line. Now, let's refresh this page and set the default button available on the quote line editor and what are their uses. This is the Add Product button. If we click on this, it will redirect us to the product page where we can add a product which is basically the quote line to the quote. Suppose we want to add these three products. We just need to select and then click on Save. Then we will redirect to the page. So the quote lines are added to this quote. The next button is Add Favorites. Suppose the sales reps are seeing that XYZ product has been sold multiple times and they are frequently used. So instead of using add product and seeing a large number of quote lines, they can mark the product as their favorite. When they click on add favorite, we will redirect to that product only. We have the star icon available. After clicking on it, we can mark the product as favorite. So let's mark this product and name it and go to the add favorites and we have this option available here also. Now let's cancel this as we have already added that. Now the next button is add group. Suppose we want to add 10% discount on A and B product, we can group these quote lines into different groups. So if we click on an add group, the group will be created and all the quote lines will be added to that group only. So here we can update the group name, we can edit the description of that group that we have created. And we have another option to add product to that group. We can apply discounts for that particular group. So let's create another group and make it as a camera. After adding the descriptions, let's save it. For testing purposes, we can add this to the group. As we can see, we grouped these products in the product name called camera that we created. And we are left with 2 products in group 1. Now if we want to add some discounts, let's say we want to add 10% of the discount and click on calculate. For this particular group, a discount has been applied. So let's now ungroup this, and now we have ungrouped the quote lines. The next button is delete lines. We can select the quote lines that we want to delete and then click on delete lines. These 2 lines will be deleted from the quote line editor. Next, whenever we apply some discounts, we make some changes and we need to click on the quick save. The changes will be saved on the quote line editor, but the changes will be copied to database. So we will have to click on the save button. The next button is calculate. Suppose we want to apply a discount all across the quote lines of 10%, then we will have to calculate by clicking on this button for the price. I will click on the calculate button and the price with the discount will come. The next button is the cancel button. As the name implied, it will cancel the quote line changes and it will redirect us to the code detail page without saving any changes to the database. Similarly, if we click on save button, it will also redirect us to code detail page, but after saving the changes to the database. The quote line will be created for particular codes. We can also resize the column width but not the rows. This feature has been available since the summer of 20s. Minimizing column is also limited to a particular size so that the columns cannot be hidden. Suppose you want to reset the size of the column, then we just need to click on this button and click on reset column width. The column will reset to the default width. This feature has been available since the summer of 20s, so we need to enable a particular package setting to this button. Now let's go to our package and see the setting for that. So we are in the setup now. Let's go to the installed package. Click on the configure and you will be redirected to configure the CPQ package. We just need to click on this line editor tab and this button, which enables column resizing. If it is unchecked, the button will not be visible on the quote line editor. So for this, we need to enable this button. Also, we can sort the column by the names. They will either sorted alphabetically, and if they are numeric, they will be sorted according to the ascending and descending order. That is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. If you're looking to hire best-in-class Salesforce experts for your business growth, the Cloudinology team is the one-stop solution for all the things related to Salesforce, including Salesforce integration, customization, implementation, and much more. Contact us now to explore how we can help you get the most out of the sales platform.